Hi, you guys. How are you? I'm back for day number 4 of the 30-day live video challenge. Today we are talking about coaching and talking about goal setting in specific. So I wanted to share a couple of my tips and tricks with you. Um, I like to set goals is by using the system called Smart Goals. Um, Basically, it's an acronym for us being specific and being measurable, A being achievable, R being relevant, and T being time based. And so you can use a SMART system for tons of different goals, whether it's for your personal life or your career or for something else in general. I'm going to give you a few examples here in a moment of how to use that. Like, let's say specifically you want to sell 24 homes over the next year. You would have that as a specific goal. It's measurable because you know how many homes you want to sell within that year, that 24. It would be achievable. Let's say, you want to make sure being a real estate agent in your first couple of years that you don't that's too far off, that you set yourself a little bit unachievable goals and then get yourself a little frustrated. So make sure it's actually an achievable plan. And R would be relevant. Make sure that it's relevant to what you're doing. Like, let's be realistically, I'm not going to go do 21st surgeries over next year because I'm not a doctor. So that wouldn't be relevant to my skills or my trick bag. And so then T is time bound. Let's say in that example, we already gave that as an annual goal. So I want to complete that within 12 months. So then what you could do is you could take it to the next step and you use something like reverse engineering to basically reverse engineer that goal. So let's say within that one's pretty easy. You could say 24 over the year. That means 2 per month. Then you break it down to how many calls, how many appointments, how many leads, all of that great stuff. So another example would be, let's say you want to be a top real estate agent in the luxury market. So what you would do is you would envision yourself in that role and envision what it takes to be in that position. And what you would do is you'd start to reverse engineer it to be able to figure out how to make that happen. Why I'm sharing that with you is because, of course, that's one of my goals over the next year and maybe, a couple years, but to get into the luxury space. And what I would do is, you want to make it specific. Already did. It's specific that I want to be a top producer in the luxury real estate market. I want to make it measurable. How am I going to measure that? How am I going to be a top producer? So then you'd want to go find data that supports it to figure out what that is and make sure that you're selling within the price the price ranges that would make you a luxury agent. Achievable and actionable. Can I make it happen? Sure, there's lots of waterfront communities around here in Michigan, or there's different communities that I could relocate to and or service. Um, so that's achievable. R, relevant. Sure, it's relevant because it's within my career field. And then T, time bound. Yes, within the next year or two. So then, taking it to the next step about reverse engineering it is you would see yourself in that position as the long term and figure out how do you want to get there. Basically reverse engineer it in the sense that you need to um, you've got to hang out where affluent and high net people hang out with and build those relationships. You've got to increase your price point to be able to sell those homes. You've got to have the resources to be able to do it and to be able to cater and market to those people and have the right marketing skills and strategies and all of that great stuff. So that's another example of a goal and how to reverse engineer it. One other one that came up to my mind that I wanted to talk about is, let's say you are a first time home buyer and you want to save up $10,000 for your down payment. You could go ahead and say you want to do that within the next year. So then you would take that $10,000 and you would divide it into the year And basically it's a little over $800 per month. So I think it was like 837 per month. But then let's say you take it back another step, you could break it down into how much is that weekly. I think it was like $192 per week. And then let's say, okay, now you know that, let's break it down even farther. What would be that in a week? And what would that be in a day? I remember when I looked at it, I think the day was around $27, 27 and 50 cents. So what could you do to be able to achieve that? You could go ahead and you could increase your income and you could take on another job. You could supplement of income or, actionable things like pick up a second job, like let's say door dashing or Instacart or whatever. Um, or you could also cut your expenses. Is there somewhere that you spend $27 a day, between that Starbucks, maybe that gas by running around to a job that's farther away than what you want, or by taking out too much takeout, or, maybe getting the dessert at dinner, maybe you cut that out. So you could start to, look at a strategy and implement it, be able to get to that point. So please reach out and tell me what are some goals that you have, and I could try to help you achieve them and help set you up on smart plans and help reverse engineer your goals so you can be able to achieve whatever dreams you want within this next year. So thank you for joining me. Hi, I appreciate a few of you jumped on live. It's good to see you. Hopefully we can connect in person some more soon. And please tell me what you thought about my little presentation today. As I said before, one of my other goals is to grow all of my social media accounts. And so what I'm going to be doing today is after this post live to Facebook, I'm going to be downloading it. I'm going to be sharing it over to my YouTube. I'm going to put a nice thumbnail on it. I'm going to put some keywords on it. And I'm going to start growing my brand over on that YouTube as well. I also started to take it to my Facebook business page. I actually uploaded it to my Pinterest as well, and I uploaded it to LinkedIn yesterday. So, since I want to continue to grow those other ones as well as my Instagram, I'm going to continue that process. And yeah, I'm going to set up some SMART goals to make it happen. So, thank you for joining me, you guys. I appreciate it. I hope all is well. And yeah, tell me what goals that you want to accomplish this next year. Or if you're having trouble reaching your goals, let me know. And I'd love to help coach you to make them happen. All right. Bye, you guys. Have a great day.